programming partners. This is a gene key terminology, and this is where opposites attract. You can see the 62 is in Cancer, like Bella was saying, and then the 61 is in Capricorn. And here we have the gate of mystery, and this is the hexagram of inner truth. And they play together. So I feel like the scientist is looking for that truth, looking for that inner truth that wants to articulate that truth. And that's why they come together. So intellectual psychosis, precise inspiration, or inspired precision, impeccable sanctity. These weave together. How would you connect them or relate to them, Bella?
You know, when we speak about the I Ching, we often say that the 1 and the 2 is the prologue, and the 63 and the 64 is the epilogue. So it's really, and they are also what Richard speaks about as the fire letters. And so what's in between from the 3 to the 62, it's like that's the whole story. And here we come, and we come to the end. And when you think about the feminine and the masculine in terms of the 1 and the 2, they are very kind of clean. It's almost like, you know, it's the prime polarities of the universe in form of masculine and feminine. And here we've gone the whole wheel, and it's like we have picked up so many qualities that are human. So also when we look at Cancer and Capricorn, like it's very, I feel like there's so much information in here in how we live and how it can end. It can end in religious fundamentalism. It can end in like scientific, you know, experiments. That's really where it can end. And look where the world is today. Like right today, as we're sitting here, these two things are happening. And it's like the little person, it's kind of, you know, in a way we are so impacted because the fourth house or Cancer and the 10th house in Capricorn is like it's what's happening out there. It's the responsibility out there for us, whether it's the religion or the science that pretends to be responsible for us. And then it does affect our families because, you know, whatever is going on with a pandemic and vaccine and all that is going to have an impact in our family. Do you choose to take the shot or not? Like here we can really see how this can end up, and it can end up in a low frequency, or it can end up in a higher frequency where we have both the nurturing of Cancer, we have the responsibility of Capricorn, we have the mysterious feminine flow of the 61, and we have this beautiful heart surgery where the 62 really cares of expressing that truth and making people understand deeper that the heart is ruling, you know. But really what I, you know, that's what I, when I see the 61 and 62, I'm like, yeah, that's where it can end. It can end in 3D or it can end in 5D or higher. And it's like it feels a little bit beyond our own scope because it has to do with society and family as well. And at the same time, I think the important thing is to take back sovereignty. So the most important thing you can do here is to like knock on your own door, your own body, and say, where's the scientist in me? Where's the mystic in me? And allow them to make friends inside of you. Because when you have masculine and feminine in balance, in play inside of you, that's when you're going to be sovereign. And that's even when some of those things that are in the low frequencies in the world, in fear and in control, it's not going to affect you because you have that kind of talisman inside of yourself of a feminine and masculine actually making love and not making war.
Mm. I love looking at the perspective of programming partners. Like, I feel like before we split them apart, they were one. And so it's just this reintegration and merging and union together. So when you're looking at programming partners of any of the archetypes of the gene keys, if you don't have the other side, maybe you're heavy-handed in the scientist. And so what you can do is intentionally bring in the mystic to balance you out. So I have no words for that. I just feel like it finally dropped in of the purpose behind the programming partners. And it's not an explicit that purpose that is explained. It's more that I really understand why opposites attract and why we would bring in the counterpart to help balance. You know, it's like moving that fulcrum to the center so that both of these are balanced instead of it just being heavy on the scientist side or heavy on the mystic side or the priestess side. It's like both together marrying. And it's like almost the big bang happened because of this polarity, like, oh, all right, God wanting to experience itself, and then it's like, oh, now I'm separate. I feel like the 62 has this ability to separate because it's looking at details, and then the truth that the 61 brings in is like, no, like marrying them all. So it's like these two come together to bring in sacred union in a way, which is really cool.
Yeah, and I love you say that. I was studying the life cycle analysis with Ra, and I so many times he's saying when you look at your nodes are always going to be programming partners, and he really highlights that it's not like the first part of your life you only have the south node in your environment, and the next part you only have the north node. It's a continuum. It's both, and it's going to be. You can't have one without the other. And he really says that over and over again, because people are like, oh, okay, so if it's my Saturn return, do I have it like for half and half? Or if it's my life, is it? No, there is something where maybe the south or of the node is more, it's more apparent in the beginning of a cycle, and the beginning of the life, but you can't have one without the other. So it's always going to be fluctuating between the poles.
That's cool. So these are the programming partners.